What marketers need to start thinking about now is
audiences,
the abundance of media,
how you report,
the human element in PR.
I don't want to say it, but I've got to say it.
The things I'm really excited about is...
So for 2025, I am most excited about audiences being the forefront of PR campaigns and PR communications. It's going to be all about finding people where they exist online with the right narratives at the right time.
The fracturing of the ad landscape is really forcing marketers into what they should have been doing this entire time. And that's really having a clear picture of who their audience is, what those segments are, and figuring out the right messaging and ways to reach them to achieve their goals, because you can't just rely on, one or two channels anymore.
Meta isn't the shoppable platform that it once was, and actually you're seeing a lot of shopping habits go through the likes of TikTok and even Snap because of the authenticity of the content which is being put out there. I think that diversification of media and really thinking about what brands are tapping into, what platforms they're tapping into, and how they're sort of changing that more traditional big tech focused approach to engage with audience members where they are and where they actually consume media.
If 2024 taught us anything, it taught us that TikTok could be taken away, and so could many other platforms or formats that we really lean on and depend upon. So yes, make sure you're testing and diversifying your spend.
Got to say it. It's AI.
AI, generative AI.
AI. It's the big buzzword, but it's true. There's been an absolute explosion.
We've seen AI kind of dominate the news cycle, especially for our clients in the tech spaces, the finance spaces. But there's still something to be said about the human element in PR.
With all the buzz of AI, which is great, and it's important to make sure that we're building that connection still and thinking human first in terms of like the way we're telling stories, and we're not just kind of running riot with all the cool stuff that we can do.
As AI gets realised, it's going to mostly lead to consolidation, standardisation, and perhaps the automation of a huge amount of services. So I would understand where our individual skills can augment and change that and deliver performance over and above what the computer can do for you.
The biggest thing that marketers can do now to prepare for 2025 is really to think about what their business objectives are and fundamentally what they need to achieve, and break that into unique strategies that ladder up to that business objective.
Getting your first party data collection and activation strategy nailed. There is no part of your new and existing campaigns that won't benefit from a really robust first party database.
Especially from a privacy point of view, making sure that you are considering server-side tracking, you've got enhanced conversions enabled, consent mode, are all pivotal to make sure that you can benefit from machine learning.
I'd start thinking about the data that they have and the reports they have and how they're communicating with clients, especially if you're doing like offsite activity and digital PR and so on. I think that's something you need to be addressing right now. If you haven't got very good data, it's hard for you to report and show the value in what you're doing. So probably start thinking about how you report.
I think 2025 is going to be super important because it feels like we're far enough away from COVID now where brands are playing it safe. I think it's 5 years on and everyone's trying to find their own identity again. We need to reconfirm with our clients who they are. We're not just relying on old strategies, and we are building on new identities, new messaging, and using that at the core of everything that we do, because we've all moved on and it's time for a fresh start. And I think that's what 2025 is going to be.